Hey, Grandbob, happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed our big birthday choir from the Bowden Thanksgiving headquarters in Kaneohe, Hawaii, at my Uncle Matt's house and my Auntie Lynn's house. Uh, we had an amazing feast, and we were all in stitches at the antics of my nephew Kaleo, my cousin Christine's son, who you saw in the video, I'm sure, front and center. It was his first time on the karaoke microphone, and he was a natural. Just precious memories. So, to cap off my video here, I wanted to read a poem that I actually wrote about you a couple years back. And for me, this poem really it just embodies so much of what you've brought to my life and the perspectives and the wisdom and the knowledge, the intellect, the social grace, the style, the humor, just everything that you have brought my entire life, and that I'm so utterly in your debt for, and the man that I am today, that you've impressed upon me just by being yourself, just by being so unflinchingly who you are. And I think you may remember, if I did share it with you, what the poem speaks to, a certain urban legend of a little Bobby as a baby being nestled amongst a litter of piglets in a barn in Kentucky. Here's my poem. Here is a legend that may or may not have come to pass. A baby boy with eyes as vast and blue as the open sea was scooped up by arms as soft and yielding as devonshire cream, and placed carefully into the living jigsaw puzzle of a bundled litter of piglets. A mother's love would naturally intend that her little one would bask in the warmth of these gently bustling pink forms, so that her precious one would be safe, insulated from the wintery cold of that cloth-cutting Kentucky bluster, playing dice against the thin glass of the barn window. But what even a mother's love may not have foreseen was that behind the budding, water-like sheath of her babe's gaze hung a kind of tapestry as ancient and meaningful as Scripture, and that in the heart of that very weave lay a willingness, already fully realized, to send all of one's own heat back to the piglets. Despite the comings and goings of life, this joy and service, this flowering and struggle, this persistence amidst the fleeting, is the very clasp which bears the lowest stair of heaven unto the highest summit of earth. Though the babe was of an altogether different class and breed than the crude, chortling piglets he was carefully positioned amongst, the spirit in him knew, without so much as a language to limit its scope, that his warmth belonged to them also. Nothing changed in that baby over time, only the world. Those same clear blue eyes opened now upon the sea in which they had secretly dwelled all along. The Arctic winter there pierced more deeply into the bone than it had in Kentucky. So the babe, now a man and a leader of men, scanned the horizon with those same ocean-born eyes, unflinchingly ever searching for another lost bundle of piglets in which to invest his warmth. Such a man is my grandfather, and his legend is as real as that timeless garden of the Great Father, wherein is preserved and enshrined that basic goodness in the character of great men, which asks for nothing but to give of itself. Such a man is my grandfather.